We want revolution.
Bookmark words on standby.
Log online, fan page loaded and ready.
Player stats, loaded. Health check, go.
Weapons check. Eyes check. Complete.
We have launched for the Informant podcast in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Welcome to the Informant Podcast, your new source for information regarding Mafia wars from Zynga. Pistol Pete from Stockholm.
Live long and prosper.
And tonight I have with me Chainsaw Chester, Jana, Death by Gucci, and Jennifer, the Mafia Wars Loot Lady. So, how's everybody doing?
Pretty good. Disgruntled.
What Chester said.
Chester Frankenstein.
That sums it up.
Yeah, the community is in an uproar.
It's been a damn frustrating week.
Yeah.
Did everybody here get rolled back?
Yeah, and I don't even do that many wars.
I don't either.
I thought it was funny. Like, okay, they took like 5 of my 15 items.
It's just silly, and it just got people all...
Yeah, it didn't really affect me or my scores because I just had such little amounts of loot, but they just got everybody.
They did, and I just think it's silly.
And they didn't explain it. And I can understand the reason behind it.
Because there was a glitch out there that people were getting more than one of those war items.
Well, that's their fault.
Yeah.
Yeah, this has nothing to do with the masses. There was no cheating. There was nothing that went on. There was no Grinches or glitches.
Well, and here's the deal. Okay, it was based on that you could participate in more than 5 wars in a day, I think, was what.
Okay.
Jen will probably have to correct us on that, but I think that's what it was, right? So if you participated in a 6th one, you know, one of the arguments I've kind of always had is if you're participating, which is the social aspect of the game, then why shouldn't you be rewarded for it?
Exactly.
I understand the whole, you know, there's the altruistic approach that says, you know, if they're in your family, you should help them out regardless. But this is a game about collecting things that make your character stronger. So why, if I help in a war, should I not be eligible to get those items? And then how did they come up with the calculations on what to remove from people? Because obviously...
for that?
I don't know. I've been trying to figure that out.
Well, because one of the thoughts was, okay, how many days did the glitch exist? Or the bug. It's not even really a glitch.
It's not a glitch. It was
game design at the time, and then...
There were 2 bugs, actually. The first, if someone clicked too fast, which when you're in a war, you do click fast, because if you don't, one of the bots is going to steal your fight. And you'll get that this war has already ended. So by nature, people are going to click fast. And then the second was that cap was not being recognized on some accounts.
Right.
So yes, some of the people did use scripts so they could help in as many wars as possible. But the community has the perception that only the people that use scripts should be rolled back. And they did not explain the reasons very well. They're trying to now, but it's too late.
And the message said that I did something wrong. It didn't say you may or may not have. It said that your account has been detected for some activity I did not do.
Yeah, they're blanket blaming everybody and making statements that people had, you know, taken advantage when some hadn't.
Right, exactly.
And I feel sorry for the people that struggle just to get in a war, and then they finally do, and now it's being taken away.
Mm-hmm.
Frustrating for sure.
Yep.
And I think it was very confusing.
And I don't know if you have any insight on this, Pete. The message said on a lot of players that they were compensated with X number of items. Like I had 96 items because I purchased declare war. And I know for a fact I've only done that once, and it was just for a blog post. But it said I had purchased the declare war feature 48 times, and they gave me 96 items, but my inventory history did not show anything unique, you know, just the stuff I got from fights and jobs.
Yeah, I don't know.
And I saw that with a few people, too, that got the compensation email.
Yeah, so if you're going to compensate me to make me feel better, tell me what the hell I'm getting. Just not 96 items.
crabs.
Yeah,
and they haven't put anything up. There's nothing on the forum. I went to the help, but
Just I've posted like all the statements they've put out on my blog, but the statements don't really help either. And there is a survey you can take, and they want to know if you would have rather been notified by email than a pop-up.
Was that what the survey is?
Yeah.
Please.
Well, there's a little bit more to it, but it's like, okay, first of all, I didn't do anything. You know, I could see them saying, we messed up, you got too many war loot items, and we need to take them back.
Right.
But not
instead of placing
like
blame, I felt like I was almost being accused of doing something, and I was insulted highly.
Highly. They owe you an apology.
I feel I do an apology and some loot. Reward points.
Yeah, they did screw up. It's that simple. And then they go and they take everything, and as we've said before, this loot's going to be outdated. Who really gives a crap?
None of this is going to matter in a month, and if they should have just thought that way and like, well, let's put out the next war loot so they have something higher to go for, and make this loot obsolete, and it won't matter.
Right.
That is corrected.
But
what else is new?
Anything? No.
No.
It's just always a mess.
Anything in the world.
Just their F-ups, and then they just irritate the crap out of everybody.
Well, how are the Spoctonians?
The Spoctonians are struggling. We're having lots of Facebook issues because Facebook changed around a whole bunch of stuff the other day, and we're still reeling in trying to get stuff fixed and back up. So we've gotten things back out, and then all of a sudden they broke again. Like I thought I had Mugger fixed, and then it's broke again. Martin thought he had the free gift Getnator fixed, and it's broke again. And it works for some people on some accounts and not on other accounts. So it's a nightmare to try to troubleshoot and figure out exactly what's working where and with who and why. So we're doing our best to try to stay on top of it, but it's definitely caused us a lot of grief.
As usual.
It's
a lot of work for you guys.
Well, yeah, and it's tough when you just can't pinpoint it. You know, if you knew what the problem is, if it was just a script problem, then that's one thing. But because you're dealing with Facebook and Zynga, and I think they might have both made changes, then you're kind of in a pickle trying to figure out exactly which one's gone awry. Like, for example, and this isn't even really a Spocklet, but, we had created that Unframe link that was shared by, with us from some people in the community, and it was just spockon.me/MWUnframed. Well, as long as you were in Facebook, you could click that and it would unframe Mafia Wars. Well, now all of a sudden it doesn't, but you can go ahead and click it and it'll just keep going back to Mafia Wars in a framed environment. But here's the anomaly. If you go to MafiaWars.com and click that link, or go to that link, then it'll unframe. So it's like through MafiaWars.com it'll unframe using that link, but through Facebook, which used to work in the past, doesn't work now. And so it's these kind of weird things that you're trying to figure out what's going on, and we've got, problems with anything that reads from the streams like Stream Helper, the Mugger, and some other things that actually read items out of the Facebook database. It's squirrely. You can't pinpoint exactly what's triggering the problem. So, we keep plugging away at it, and I'm sure we'll figure it out. And this is one of the side effects of, working on top of two platforms, if you will. That kind of makes it troublesome when you're trying to troubleshoot. So, but we'll keep at it. But, we're busy getting ready for the mock war. So the war machine's in its final stages, to get ready and get out to the masses. We'll be ready to go with that. And
there's a lot of excitement.
Yeah, and there'll be some nice features in it. There is some changes in the past versions, just to kind of talk about it. In the past versions, you used to be able to choose whether or not you were going to, when you clicked on a name, whether or not it opened a profile, and did it an attack or did it a power attack. And unfortunately, because of all the game changes, the only option when you click on a name is to go to their profile. And then from there, then you get the option on a normal profile page to attack or do whatever you want to do at that point, and then it opens up the normal fighting inside the game. And then you can perform your ICEs, and all the ICEs are logged and everything. So it's not as convenient, if you will, to start immediately attacking a person right out of the war machine fight list.
That's good, though.
I agree, and I'm not bagging it.
And that's the way it should be right now, is that it should just give you links, you click it, and then you fight them normal.
Right.
That's all it's there for, is to instead of using a spreadsheet to find targets, it's just a different avenue of getting your targets.
It's a better spreadsheet.
Yeah, that's what it is. And it'll still track the ICEs. It'll mark people when they've been iced or when they've been killed. It'll still log all your ICEs on your own individual log report. The other thing that's being added, and I think I alluded to this on one previous show, was we're going to have an active list of players too, so that if you've actually been in fighting and you actually iced a person or killed a person within the last 15 minutes, it's going to tag your account so that people can find those people that are actively participating in the war, so that you can go in and start, battling with people that are actually active in the war instead of just hunting down people that may not even be participating and may not even be healing. So
I like that.
That's going to be kind of a close to finding out who's alive option than that we've had in the past. So that's it for me.
What's up with you, Jennifer?
Oh, not a whole lot. Since our last show, Bangkok is gone.
Bye-bye.
You know what? I went in to finish one of the Bangkok things, and it was gone.
It's gone?
Man. It's gone.
You should have finished it a long time ago.
Well, I'm still not sure why they're keeping the links in the travel bar, though.
You know what? New players don't have it.
I know.
They don't.
So then why do we have it as old players?
It's a tease.
I know.
They did say on Mafia Wars Live that they wanted to clean it up so that new players wouldn't feel overwhelmed. So I guess if...
What about the old players?
Well, you're probably the only old player that didn't bother to do half the stuff they put out.
But even if you put it out there, then why are they not cleaning it off the travel bar? Why not just take it off?
Well, they also said in Mafia Wars Live that if they bring it back, it will be different. So they still, I think, plan to possibly bring it back. I think they're just waiting to see if they run out of ideas on cities.
Maybe that's their next new city. They'll bring back Cuba first,
No,
and then
it's
Moscow.
Chicago.
God bless.
Yeah. The cat's out of that bag.
Yeah. So it was like a countdown, and the mission was over, and then, of course, right away we got a new mission called Wild Things, and it's kind of centered around the private zoo, and it's kind of lame.
Why is it lame?
It's just lame. Like, the stuff you have to loot is all the private zoo building parts. Like, this would have been cool when the private zoo was first implemented, so that players who actually needed the stuff could build their zoos.
Yeah.
Right.
Is your zoo even upgraded, Chester?
Hell yes, all the way.
Okay, see, if Chester's zoo
Cracker
is...
Jacks, I can do that jackass at the end for 20.
No, well, and that just shows you. If Chester has upgraded his zoo 100%, everybody else...
everybody could do it.
Yeah, exactly. So it's just a basic
Thanks.
mission. And they said last week that there was going to be booths associated with the mission. There was going to be a family event. And then they came out and said there was going to be a family mission. But we haven't seen any of this stuff.
Oh, they'll spring it up in the middle of my mock ad.
They will, too.
Well,
probably tomorrow, right at noon.
All their time into stealing everybody's loot.
I think so, too. They stole all my loot back.
We better leave them alone. We've already pissed them off.
Yeah, we better stop talking bad. They announced the winners of the T-shirt contest.
The wet one?
No. But now we have, like, a lot of people, because of the episodes we just discussed, have made better T-shirts. So I don't know if they're going to take those into consideration. But there's now a design your own crate contest. So we're seeing a lot of lubricant in the news feeds.
Brilliant.
Yeah. So if you're artistic with Photoshop and have a good idea for a new crate theme.
You can get the lubricant crate?
Yeah. The leftover crate.
I've never had this opportunity to design my own crate.
Yes, well, now go to the Mafia Wars blog and it's all the information's there. And I don't know why they're on a crate kick this week, but they've introduced space crates. And, like, I know
Are
NASA...
those kind of like space bags where I can suck everything out with a vacuum?
Yeah.
So, because space and Mafia Wars have so much in common. Mm-hmm. If you would like limited edition space-themed items, go to the markets.
I'm on it.
I'm so there.
Will be outdated or taken away from you.
Yeah.
That's right. Coming to and from a place near you.
Yeah. And that's about it. Oh, some big news that just came out is stamina packs are here to stay.
Yay! I love it.
And this came out right after the the war stealing incident. So maybe this is their way to make the community feel a little bit better. And I love stamina packs.
I do too.
I've really gotten a lot of use out of them.
So have I.